Hey everyone, it's Nora, and as you can probably tell, I am sitting in my parked car in front of my house. I like to record these videos every so often, and I find that my family, if they know I'm recording a video, will go, "Oh my God, are you recording a video?" I have so many videos of my mom asking me if I'm recording a video. It is amazing. That's not what I want to talk to you about today, however. So it was a really beautiful weekend, and it was in the mid 70s, honestly, here in Northern California, and I thought it was really fantastic. I ended up spending a huge chunk of time, probably a good 6 hours this weekend, cleaning and organizing in my house, and particularly in my garage. I have this phenomenon. I call it the vortex of laundry. Let me explain for you what that is exactly. It is a conglomeration of clean laundry that has been pulled from the dryer, and it's typically put into plastic bins, sometimes cardboard boxes. Sometimes some of it even ends up on the floor just because there's so much of it. I'm a busy working mom. I kind of fall behind and I try to keep on top of it. But this weekend, I went through the entire vortex of laundry and I got it all completely folded, de-wrinkled, hung up, whatever needed to happen. And I'm not quite done with the project, but that was a major portion of what I did this weekend, was getting through the vortex. I know it will grow again. About half the clothes were mine and roughly half were my teenage son's. So I am going to be having a conversation with him about getting his clothes clean, well, his clean clothes put away so that he can't tell me that he has no clean clothes. I really don't do this kind of thing often enough because it's actually enjoyable and it's a little bit relaxing. It made me think of Marie Kondo. You know, the woman on Netflix who she's always asking people to hold objects in their hand and ask themselves, does this still spark joy for me? And sometimes she'll go ding. And if an item sparks joy for you, then yes, you can keep it, put it in its place, make sure that it has a place. And if it does not spark joy for you, then you thank it for its service and you say, I am done with you and I set you free. Donate to Goodwill, sell on Poshmark, whatever, what have you, throw it out, throw it away if it is completely broken, whatever it is. And it really made me think about other objects, other things, emotions, things that are less in the physical realm that we tend to hang on to in this life. And I think it's a little bit ironic that this popped into my head during the season of Lent. Easter is not quite here yet, but it is around the corner, and people that celebrate Catholicism, for example, which is the religion that I was raised in, are taking 40 days to let go of certain things. And most people will, for example, give up caffeine or chocolate or alcohol or smoking or something to that effect. And when I was a practicing Catholic, I used to think, what if during Lent I gave up for those 40 days anger, irrational anger, or sadness, or holding on to the past, that sort of thing. You can ask anyone who knows me. I have a pretty good memory and I don't tend to let go of things as easily as I could. And what that does to me is it stresses me out. I tend to hold on to this stuff and I tend to take it on and I make it my own. And I feel like that's not the healthiest way to move forward. So I'm really kind of working on not holding on to my anger or my depression or my sadness or what have you, and moving on to something else. It made me think of Marie Kondo because I could take these negative emotions and I could hold them and I could ask them, maybe not, do you spark joy, but are you bringing anything to the table? Do you have any use for me in my life as it is today? And if the answer is yes, if the emotion does something for me, I could, of course, continue to hang on to it. And if the answer is no, then I should let it go, right? I should thank it for whatever it did do for me at the time, and then tell it, you are no longer part of me. Those are just some thoughts that came into my mind over this weekend as I was folding skirts and hanging up dresses, and I even found my 2 Oktoberfest costumes. I don't know why I have 2 of them, but I have 2 of them. And all my son's jeans, sweatpants, and whatnot were folded and ready to be put away as well. They still are useful to me, but the ongoing anxiety and stress probably is not. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have an even better week ahead, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.